Oi, oi, how you doing? Today is Sunday the 6th of December 2020. This is episode 25 of live Betfair Trading here. Um, I managed to get both the date and the episode wrong in my last video, so apologies for that. But yeah, this is definitely episode 24, and this is Sunday the 6th of December for today's video. But yeah, here I am trading UK horse races, just like their financial markets. Still for now using minimum stakes. So yeah, that's one of the good things or bad things, depending on your point of view, about trading this way. You have got the weekends to trade over as well, so it's 7 days a week, which is unlike any of the financial markets. You know, it's either it's usually Monday to Friday, to be honest. So let's see what we got here. So we've got favourite at threes, second favourite also at threes, and some higher price ones. So the first things that kind of come to light here, these two seem quite correlated, these two front runners. They're both coming in. Both look like they're hitting support of previous lows around here. So this is attacking this lows as here. It's a bit harder to see on this one, but it's effectively the same thing. They're both steaming in, and these two here look like they're the opposite, so they're inversely correlated to what these are doing, which is good, because as these come in, these are likely to move out. But this is where my focus is going, on the front two here. So I'll be looking to short these. So I'm just looking for reference points that I could consider getting short. So where's this chart at here? So 3.5. So it looks like the support, these highs here, is around about 3.5, 3.55. So that's the kind of level I'd be considering getting in. Let me just, I didn't clock that. Ugh. The match volume on this is pretty crap. And this book isn't particularly tight either. There's a lot of vig in this. So although the charts are looking pretty good, just had to check myself there, because what I want is a liquid market. Because although I'm using small stakes at the moment, as I keep saying, it's really about thinking about scaling up and using bigger amounts. So I need to know that if I'm putting in a position, then the market's going to be able to absorb it. I mean, there is still quite a bit time to the off. It may pick up, but to be honest, 12 grand is pretty thin. Let me just see what we've got going on. Bear with me one sec. Just looking off screen for a sec. So, yeah, either have a mental tick box or an actual tick box of things that you're looking for in terms of entering a trade. And for me, it's the volume that needs to be there. I mean, this is still tradable with these stakes. Let me just give this a few more moments just to see if there's anything I can read into this. Alright. There is some movement, and the amount here would be enough, I feel, even if I was at £20 stakes rather than £2, and there is a bit of volatility, which is helpful. So in this instance, I am going to be taking position, but that's just because it isn't a completely stagnant market. There's definitely some movement on here. So I've put in two positions here, or two price levels. And the reason I'm trying to get in here is just to get decent value for money. I need to be careful, because that could just be finding support, but I'm assuming by doing this that it's acting as resistance and could move lower. So I've got filled in that first position and waiting for this second position to be filled. I've put in a partial exit there, not for a whole lot, so it's just stealing ticks, but we'll see how this gets matched. I don't want to do too gun-ho, and I do apologise. Yesterday as well, I wasn't able to trade, so it is intended to be daily. But I had some prior engagements that I had to deal with yesterday, so I wasn't trading yesterday. But yeah, it's the intention is to be here daily around about midday UK time to do this for at least a couple of hours. And if you do find it useful, I mean, I'm here on Twitch daily, live streaming, and then upload to YouTube afterwards. So Twitch is just Mr. Exchange Trader, and obviously if you're seeing this back in sometime in the future, you'll be looking at it on YouTube. So just feel free to like the video and subscribe for more just like it. Just waiting to get filled here. This is a bit of a sticky market. It's just taking a while to get filled. 18 grand match. So this is picking up, to be honest. It's picking up, but a lot more than I thought it would. It's still not the greatest, but it's definitely tradable. This is started to consolidate a lot more now, rather than punching for those new lows. It's just consolidating. So viably, the next move could be a punch higher, or it could just attack these lows again. But at least with an entry around about where I'm getting in, it means that I can, whether it's support or resistance I get out at, you know, I can steal a few ticks on that. But it's a case of getting filled first. This is continuing to drift. This looks like it's coming in now. So I'm not as optimistic of, you know, this punching lower at least. 12 minutes. Just see when the next one is. 86 quid. That needs to be matched before I am. Must admit, I'm gonna just try and scratch this now. Just wasn't feeling the you know, I knew that beforehand there wasn't, you know, a whole lot of liquidity coming through, or, you know, it wasn't a whole lot of money coming through. So that position just felt a bit, you know, just was taking a bit too long to get matched. And of course, looking now, I was on the right side of that, but really it's just about playing defense, just preserving the capital for the things that are obvious, and meet as much criteria as possible. Let me just have a quick peek at the next one, just to see what the possibilities are. So the next one would be, oh god, 1 o'clock, 20 minutes to the off, 27 grand matched. So this is, you know, this is more volume matched than the last one. Tighter book. Alright, I'll switch attention to this. So we've got, you know, long way to the off still. Favorite here, drifting, coming into resistance, these previous highs, so it could have some trouble moving much higher than, what is that, 5s? Yeah, so it might just find resistance off of 5s. Well, no, it is punching higher. That's interesting. This is a bit tricky to read because it's not a logarithmic chart, but I'm guessing, I can't really see what that one's doing. Judging by the volume, it's coming in, it's been moving in on a steam, as this one's been moving out, so that's helpful. This one is definitely breaking new lows. This is breaking new lows in terms of breaking this support. This is breaking, or coming into this support at least. Okay. This one's of interest to me. Try and get in, because it could be finding support off of 5s now. So just building a potential position in that. 8s. This is broken 8s, so shorting around 8s might be of interest. So I am looking at multiple selections now, which can be, you know, prone to error, or it's a bit of a more dangerous move because you're focusing on two things, and effectively doubling or tripling your risks, because if there are sharp moves, then you'll be having to manage two positions at once. But what I'm looking to do is at least get one of these filled and then cancel the orders on the others. But yeah, I mean, it's a case of knowing what the risk is before taking it, rather than just going into it with your eyes closed. And if shit does happen and it goes against me, it's my fault. If it goes well, it's my fault. So yeah, just take responsibility for the risks that you take. Okay, so that's got filled, so I'm going to cancel those ones. So what did I get on that? £4 net stake. So I'm anticipating that this 5s could find support and the price therefore move higher. So I'm going to put a closing order in there. Let's see if we can. So I'm trying to close out this net stake of 4, but also at the same time increase the position. So I'll put another one at the touch here. Let's see if we can get a fill. $16 to the off. Okay, so we've got just wait for this last part to get filled. If it does, do have the option to drag it down and take a lesser profit, but okay, everything got filled. Still got these orders in here. Just gonna have a quick goosey gander. What else is going on? Gonna leave these here for the time being. Nines. Just looking at some of the other charts have zoomed in. You can't see it because of the way I've got my screen set up. But potentially we got 14 minutes. Potentially looking to short this. If we see some pullback into nines. This is moving down, at least in this most recent move, they seem to be inversely correlated. So I'm looking to short this or go long on this, and I've got positions in both of them. Of course, any erratic move could get both of them filled at the same time. I'm aware of the time left as well. 14 minutes to the off. Volume's nice, it's pretty decent for this kind of time left to the off. So yeah, multiple positions. Already got some green. I need to be wary as well that any future trades that I'm taking now will jeopardize that profit. And I know that around about per race, 20p is about my typical, is a decent return based on these stakes. So I am jeopardizing that profit by looking to take new positions, but I'm aware of that. And again, the risk or the reward is down to me. So okay, just looking to lighten some of this. So it's just changed the position slightly on this, taking a slightly more aggressive potential position on this to be short, and taking off some of the order that was further outside the money. So we'll see how that happens, how that, reacts. Slightly less optimistic that this could now get filled, but, fives is still a good reference point for... Oh, hang on, is it all the way down there? These charts are just a pain in the ass to read. Let's take it to 5-1. And let's take this one to... Okay, so only 12 minutes left now. Just have to be aware as well. So I've just reduced my overall potential entry on this just because of the size of the odds as well. I need to be aware that each tick is going to be worth more. So just need to keep that in check. Maintaining for now, but I could be a bit too much off the money here in both instances. So what I'm anticipating is some sort of a pullback, and then before it moves higher. But I'm not entering at market because I want to get a decent price on it, good value for money. But it's a waiting game. Okay, so this one's at the touch. 10.5 minutes. And as the time goes, in the next 5 minutes or so, the market becomes a little less, what I feel anyway, like a little less predictable. It can be a bit more erratic. Whereas it's reasonably predictable to read further up before the off. See, it just went into the touch but didn't get matched. It's moving off again to make these lower lows, or it could be consolidating a bit, but yeah, whatever. I haven't got any skin in the game at the moment. Yeah, this is although I've got good position on these, I feel that I'm just way outside the money. What's going on? That's broken sixes now as well. So as it comes into sixes, it could continue to find resistance off of sixes as it's done now. But if it breaks it, it's likely to run much higher and then pull back, and then likely find support off of sixes. There has been more opportunity in this than I've been able to capitalize on, but hey ho, let's cancel these and just green up. So yeah, certainly more I could have done on that, but just playing a defense game, keep that strike rate up, and protect capital. So we've got hang on, this is the one.
10 seconds.
No, it's the wrong one, isn't it? It's the wrong one, brother. When's the next one? Okay, it's this one here. So 14 minutes D off, favourite. Looks like it's been steaming in, but definitely been coming in to support these previous lows here at now. So it's odds on favourite. I'm guessing that's just twos. Let's have a look. So it's finding resistance, I'd say, at 2s. But this also has been coming in, but just more aggressively. Just pierce 5s to potentially move lower. So I'll be, at a cursory glance, I'd be inclined to short this. Should this, continue to show support, because it means that's going to likely move up and continue to see this move in. How much is being matched? 44 grand. Good trading conditions. Oh, hang on. So the ones that I'm inclined to do are shorting this, going long on this. Probably going to leave the favourite for now, but what would be good is to see, well, firstly get filled on on this. And then to see this drift in that order. Otherwise, I don't get filled. And I ain't got any skin in the game. Let's put another one here, actually. Oh, it's moving off on me. But no money. Let's see if we can get something. I'm tempted to lay this as well, but don't want to be, have my eyes darting over too many things. This certainly looks like it's drifting. Massive high odds, compared to what would normally trade, but there's definitely opportunity there, and there's enough money coming through the market as well. Okay, going to go for a slightly more aggressive entry. 4.9, I think that's that. We've seen a little upturn on this as it approaches 2s now again. Now it could just hit into resistance, but certainly if that breaks 2s, that would have an impact on this moving lower. So I've got a fill. Finalmente. Finally. So just looking to play at support for now, or actually should be looking on a break on this, to be honest, so going for more profit, but I'm just taking it at support should this consolidate. But this, might be a bit too conservative a trade. Let's see if this one gets filled as well, and then this isn't helping. You see how this is coming in now. If that breaks support as well, that won't help my position, which I'm likely to, but just hold tight for a bit. Hold tight. Okay, looks like it could be finding support, which would help my position. But yeah, let's just that's moved off, which could help my position as well. But I mean, it has less impact because it's at such high odds. This is because this odds-on favourite is such a, takes up most of the book in terms of the percentage. Smaller movements on this is going to have bigger impacts on an individual selection or the selections in aggregate. In aggregate. Still got £4 to lay off. What's it doing? Still, this is still bearish overall. This is very, very bearish overall. No, not really. You know, it's been some consolidation at the recent phase, but that's not good. So it's broken through fives. So I've got quite a heavy position. Just need to manage this. So it could be now finding support off of fives rather than resistance. Any sharp moves down on this will not favour this position. So just need to be, you know, a bit cautious. How long we got? 8 minutes. This still finding support, so it hasn't found, you know, persistent new lows. So that's why I'm, you know, not too sketchy on this one. Not too sketchy, is that right? Not too jumpy about that one. It's going to split this to take half of this off a little bit nearer to the touch. Don't want to be too greedy, or in fact, I'm going to put oh shit. Oh, you muppet. Just wanted to move one of them up. Oh well, alright. Skittish, that was the word I was thinking of, not sketchy. Bloody hell. 7 minutes to the off. Yeah, so don't want to be too skittish on, you know, just taking out things unnecessarily. But this has found support, that's why it made sense to at least hold. But this recent move, this one, bang, up like that, doesn't really help me, because this could just be producing newer highs. Oh, hang on, still got £2 to lay off. Let's just get that last out. Oh shit. Let's get that last £2. Let's stake out. Alright. Yeah, potentially this could just be finding support and not following through with its bearishness, and it could potentially be just consolidating or punching for new highs, which it does. I don't really care now because made a profit on it. But yeah, that's why I didn't, you know, just listening to what the market's doing. Anyway, next, what we got? Punch. So 10 minutes to the off. Slightly under what? Oh god, one of these. We've got an odds-on favourite where I can't read the chart, unfortunately, because it's not a logarithmic chart. Any software provider that is able to give interactive charts historically, man, I'll be on that in a second. But unfortunately, we have to deal, or I have to deal with the Betfair charts, and I mean, I can make inferences as to what this has done. It's clearly, you know, it's clearly come in, and in recent price action, it's likely to have moved in as well. So it's looking bearish, but I can't see the small nuances of it, which makes me less likely to want to trade it, because I can't. One of those criteria isn't there. I can't. One of my tools, my instruments, isn't really working. I could trade it, but it's just blind. In some aspects, but I mean the volume on this is great, the time is okay to the off, tight book, but I'd want to see the nuances of this one. So because it's not meeting my criteria, I think I'm just going to pass on it and look at the next one reluctantly. So you've got 23 minutes to the off. Odds on favourite 1.3, highly favoured here. So this has drifted, it's come in, and it's just bounced between this support and this resistance here. The second favourite here is obviously, you know, if we look at this move here, it's the same as this here. So those have pretty much been bouncing around between support and resistance. These higher priced ones still are pretty, you know, not much to them in terms of price action to read into. But with this, I guess the play I'd consider on this would be, you know, trying to steal a few ticks. So when this might be at resistance, I'd want to see this at support. At the moment, they're kind of about the same place. They're both around about resistance. So encountering these highs here and then these highs here, I want them to be opposite to at least give the premise for an entry. But yeah, there's a lot of time to wait. Decent amount match though. But yeah, just a waiting game. Just having a quick look off a screen, so excuse any pauses. So 7. If you're watching this back on YouTube, there is obviously my playlist. You can just see the progress. What was it, 25 days? Yeah, it's the 25th day. So I have made some decent progress from day one. Made some good realizations that's helping, and in the near future looking to increase stake sizes as well. Not ready just yet to do that. There are a few other things I just want to meet criteria on, but in the near future, yeah, we'll be looking at upping stakes so we can get off the minimum stakes is £2. But so far, yeah, decent strike rate, decent. So what we got going on? So yeah, this is wait and see really on this one, because yeah, and sometimes this is one of the reasons. I mean, I put the videos out there just so I've got my own reference, but I mean, for anyone interested in this, it really is understanding how, boring for some people this might be. If you're not able to kind of sit on your hands and do nothing, if there's nothing there, then maybe this game isn't for you, or you find a different way of trading. But that's why I leave the videos on YouTube at the long format, because it's not always jumping on everything, it's not always exciting, and the best decisions are sometimes, or the things that make you money, if you like, are the decision, or the trades you don't take because you're bored, or because it didn't meet your rules, like on that last one. I mean the price action was beautiful on it, apart from on the favorite. I didn't have that as a means to read into the market. So the volume was great on it, it was a tight book, the time was good, but I'd rather have everything, all those ducks lined up in a line, rather than just trying to will a trade onto it. Oh, so this is looking a bit better. It's a bit nuanced because it's such a narrow channel, but this looks like it's potentially hitting into resistance now, and this is now its lower edge of the channel. The only thing for me now is there's not really much money coming through on this, although there's a shit ton of volume there that's been matched. There's not money, there's not liquidity, the money's not flowing through to take a position. So me putting an order on here, it's likely to just, even with £2, probably going to take a while to get filled, which is not really what I want. I want it to be snapped up instantly, so I can get into and get out of the trade. So continue to wait. Yeah, just having a quick look off the screen again. Okay. So I'm still here, just waiting. And the problem as well is with laying at resist. I mean, ultimately looking to be selling, or backing, if you like, at resistance or at support. Be looking to buy off of that or to lay. Depends, what background you come from in terms of the terminology. I sometimes use financial market terms, but it's the same shit, same thing. But yeah, the problem can be with so let's say we were looking to lay off of this support that it could move into. The price could then break out, which is another problem, because if it breaks out, it's gone against you in terms of the direction that you want. But if you wait at least for it to take a position at support, in the instance of trying to lay it, then there's a good likelihood the price will still, at least even if it breaks, it will pull back to that support, and you'll be able to at least exit a break even, or even perhaps a small profit or a reduced loss. Same thing goes in terms of resistance. If you're looking to sell at resistance, so you anticipating it just moves within that channel and moves back down to its lows, then it could still break and move higher. So if you've sold, or you've backed at this resistance, at these highs, and it does break, then it will likely pull back into that, allowing you to get out at break even or reduce loss. So that's why you see when I say I'm waiting for a good price on it, that's the reason. It's so that I'm thinking about the exit. So basically, if it goes against me, that's what I'm thinking about, what could go wrong. And of course, actually looking for the breaks is another thing to consider, because on this, if this breaks 6.4, which seems to be its support, then that could be a viable entry, to get in on if it pulls back again. So you're basically buying or selling the break. Two very viable strategies. The break is actually preferable because you've got more profit potential. Because when it breaks, it's not, you haven't just got the realms of the channel that it's likely to move in and out of. So it's not likely, if you see a break, it's not, you're not going for a few ticks of it just moving in up and to resistance and down to support. Oh, this has just caught my eye. You're looking for it to really move, like this, for example. When this is broken its support, it's moved much lower. So there's more scope, there's more potential for profit, rather than doing those scalps. Let's just have a quick reorder, just in case. So nothing really has jumped out yet. I mean, this has been of interest just because of the break it's made out of this previous support here, but it's coming to encounter this previous low where it's finding support. So does look like it's punching lower as well. So the chart hasn't updated yet, but it's punched past its previous low. What was it, 15s? Very high odds. Oh, this is broken. Like a bloody kid in a candy shop here. Sweet shop. I've seen this break, so I'm just... Oh, it's at ones as well. Need to up the stakes a little bit. So the reason I'm going for a slightly heavier position is because each tick at ones is going to be worth less. So that's the reason for going for 8, whereas normally I might go for 4. But seeing a break higher on this and some move lower, at least on this one, gives some inclination that this could now be finding support at its previous highs to potentially move higher, or at least consolidate. which is why I've put in these positions here. But let's see how that goes. It's 12 minutes tee off. Oh, didn't really get any skin in the game on that. It's moved off from it. There's lots of money coming through as well. Going to maintain that position because I've got a decent Q position there, but just not too sure that that's going to persist higher. Come back into it. Certainly, a break of this might be more interest because I might be able to get in on it All right. So what I'm... Oh, hang on. Just cancel those. So I got filled on that, which is why I cancelled that other one. So I was looking at this potentially breaking, but I got filled on this one. So rather than split my attention and effectively bet on the same thing, this moving out, this coming in, I just concentrated on just the one. I'll keep this in as well because there's a reasonably good position. But looking to lay off at least... Oh, actually, no, it's all of the position. So you can see this has now broken that previous support at these highs here. And as I anticipated, is coming back into it and finding support. Which is where my order will hopefully get matched. Just 10 minutes tee off, 80 grand matched. And this would definitely be a kind of thing. I'll be more than confident to have, 100 times the order size in this. This is a definite liquid market that could, take bigger sums of money. So this is where this would scale up quite easily. This approach to trading. But unfortunately, not every race is going to be this type of quality. So you just need to be aware of the characteristics of what you're trading. Is this still likely to punch higher? It's consolidating a lot. To be careful of a reversal. Come back into 1.3. So it's still finding support off of these levels, but I don't want it to break it to punch much lower. Which it could be doing. Actually, what are you doing? Come on. Get this right this time. 1.31. So, staggered my potential exits, but I have to be just aware that the market is reversing on me now, coming into this support here. So higher highs look less likely, but I do have my exits at around resistance. So there could still be some, pullback to that, but certainly moves much lower, and that would not aid me. This is now broken, so this had moved up, which is and this as well. These two have broken higher as this has pulled in. So let's just see how I can manage this one. 7 minutes see off. Brunt has been filled at that level. It's punching for new lows. So take my top order there, just get less optimistic with profit targets. Well, it's more about preserving capital now, so I'm thinking about, you know, potential losses or break evens. But you can just see the liquidity in this, how much money's coming through on these orders, whereas normally, you know, just a couple of hundred or tens or whatever on each side. Just tons of money, loads of money. So highly liquid. I've got to be careful not to let the price just, you know, slowly kill, you know, slowly drift away. As you can see, it's just slowly started to steam in. It's just like a slow boil, like slow death that you don't really know, like a bloody, what was it, like a crab in a boiling pot. That heat slowly gets turned up, and then you see, just end up dead without even knowing it. I'm not seeing any strong signs of potential reversal, so I'm gonna have to. We've got the 5 minutes. You can see how dominant this move here is on the other ones, because this has moved in and all of these have just drifted. Just, you know, that seesaw action. As this comes in, those move out, because this is such short odds.
This event will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
It dominates the price action. .4 minutes, so slightly outside of my you know, my comfort zone in terms of when I would normally trade. I'm usually out by, you know, try to be out before 5 minutes, but I do know there's more money coming in, and it's just, you know, odds on favourite, and there's likely to be some swings. I'm just trying to figure out how, without letting it run too much away on me, how to exit on this. All right, let's see if we can get it's a higher low, isn't it? So it could be finding support around this level where there's, you know, the brunt of the money has been matched, 50 grand, so 1.25. This has also been coming in, this hasn't. I can't procrastinate too much because the market will make a decision for me. So I'm going to put that in there. Reduced it to £4 left to lay off. You can see it's pulled back, but now it's potentially attacking these lows again. So there we go. Read up on that. Have to take a loss. Have to take it on the chin. Not everything can be a winner. But yeah, I mean, overall, I'm happy with how I traded that, and that's at the end of the day, the goal is to trade well, not ironically or counterintuitively, it's not to make money, it's to continue to trade well. So it's not a massive loss, but yeah, just need to continue.
This event has been suspended.
So the next one here, I'm looking at, will be, that does give me less time, because the amount of time I spent in that one is now going to give me less time on this one. It's only 8 minutes to the off. So one of the things I found in the week is, or the kind of epiphany, is that given that my preferred time is around 15 minutes before the off, taking trades to the wire or having to manage them like I did that one for so long to near the off means that it cuts into the time of other races that I could be looking at, where I have that comfort zone in terms of pre-off racing time. So there's an opportunity cost of trying to hold out to reduce a position, reduce a loss, or improve a profit, because it just means there's less time that time could be better spent looking at something else. So with this one, yeah, I'm gonna move on because I've only got 7 minutes on this one. Which is, I mean, it depends on how you trade. That might be just plenty of time. Many of the like videos you might see or courses, they'll say 5 minutes before the off is the optimum time, just because that's when more liquidity is in the market. But yeah, it depends how you trade. So we've got 15 minutes on this one, so decent amount of time, a decent amount matched, 170 grand, tight book. Twos come in, drift in. Second favourite here is, coming in steaming, the favourite here. And the second is kind of drifted and hit resistance. And the other ones have been quite flat. So this at cursory glance looks like the one to be short on. And it's just what price to potentially short on this? Okay, this breaking 5.5. Might sound odd, but rather than getting on this drifter, I'm gonna try and get on this one. It's just hard to find actual reference points on this where the price could be finding support or resistance. So it might be like catching a falling knife. This one has a bit more reference point in that it was finding resistance off of 5.5 and has now moved away from it. So it's just a bit easier to read and have a reference point for entry and exit. And really that's all it is, just finding entries and exits, framing the trade so that you can enter and exit it. So this one just gives me that better clarity to the entry. So I've got in here, was it only 2 I put in there? All right, fair enough. See if this one gets filled. What I'll do is put an potential exit there. And once this gets filled, I'll put in some other, if this gets filled, I should say, I'll put in some other exits as well. To be careful, because this is aggressively starting to move up, which is going to cause this to potentially move down. But I'll hang fire for now because the overall, directional bias on that is still bearish. 13 minutes to the off. There's a shit ton of money matched. For this time anyway. I mean 180 grand almost matched with 12 minutes to grow is a lot. I mean even half of that would be still reasonably impressive, so it's a high quality race. So let's just see. I'm tempted to get in at market, but it's just not a great price. I was trying, add into this. It's not a great price. I've still got good position queue on this one, and it will give me a little more flexibility on how to manage the exit. So I'm going to keep this in place here. Sharp moves down, that could help this. Everything else has just been flat though. Bloody hell. Why? Hang on, sorry, I've just changed the order. So this is now the third favourite. So I got filled on that. So positions have been switched. Got filled on all my orders. That's quite a heavy position. Maybe a bit too heavy, but I'm just going to put some exits in. And what I'm saying here is this will continue to find support, and hopefully the favourite will start to still come in, or continue to come in. So, what is it saying to me? Doesn't look like it's punching lower, so it's finding support. Just wary because this position is a bit too heavy. 10 net stake with these stakes and these high odds is a bit too overzealous. So I'm just going to reduce that risk if the market will let me by taking out some of that, so that my net position comes down to 8. Will mean each tick here will be worth less in terms of profit or also loss. So okay, that's got me net position now at 8. So let's see if we can close out the rest of this position at profit. So that's another partial exit there that's gone. So, or has it? Did I just cancel that? You muppet. Absolute muppet. I cancelled it rather than pulling it down. So that's got filled. Just going to pull this down because I feel this will be, it hasn't punched to make new highs. What am I trying to say? Basically the resistance, this has been the highs as it's got, so there's a more probable fill at this level. Me just having my profit target one above where it has to punch to make new highs is possible but not as probable. So what I'm trying to do here is just play defense and go for the more probable trade, get out at a decent enough profit. Which is why I pulled that down rather than overstretching, being a bit too greedy, and it's worked this time. So I've got out 8 minutes to the off and some green. Oh, what's going on? Okay, so 30 to 32p depending on which selection comes in. So happy with that. That was definitely within comfort zone of what I like to trade in terms of the race, time, liquidity, volume traded. Yeah, everything was good on that one. So probably brings me about break even on the day actually, when everything is totted up. Oh no, I'm over break even. Not by much, probably about 15p or something over. So let's have a look at this next one here, shall we? Just looking off screen briefly. Okay. So we've got 13 minutes to the off on this one. So favourite here at 2s, or no, actually odds on. Looks like it's just broken support at 2s, I'm assuming, or just gone into it. Yeah, it's just pierced through 2s. This one here is flat but moving, towards its highs, so into resistance. This is also at resistance, just being choppy. So what can we read into this? Breaker sixes. Breaker sixes might be interesting on this one to go long. Obviously, shorting this is an option as well. I think that's it. Might be a little bit too late to the party, but front of the queue. So I'm just seeing these sharp movements down. This looks like it's broken its previous highest resistance, which is why I jumped on this rather than trying to short that, because that had already moved. So you can see there has been some movement up there. So I've got some skin in the game on this one. £4. So just looking for this one to hopefully get filled as well. Put my exit orders in there. Alright. Yeah, so that's worked. I've got some profit off of that. It has done as I anticipated. Could have been more greedy in terms of the, or at least more aggressive, if you like, in terms of the take profit, because this could now break these highs. I'm guessing, what is that, 7s? Yeah, 7s, which would be, a substantial move. Potential for a substantial move much higher. But yeah, just gonna wait a little bit. I'll maintain this position because I've got decent Q position, but I just need to be wary that it could just be coming back to the lows again, so it could just be rangy, hit resistance, hit support. RP 130251, appreciate the follow, mate. Cheers. So yeah, this is the live stream on Twitch and also in YouTube. I do have all my previous days trading. It's about 25 days so far, so you can see progress so far. Things have improved. But yeah, anyone interested in that, YouTube is the place. Follow me there as well. If you're interested in trading, feel free to ask anything as well. So this one here, 10 minutes to the off. Now I have to be careful because I am, by keeping these positions in here, I am potentially jeopardizing, my profit, which is, it's not fear of taking more positions. It's just that I know my average, profit is around 20p, which is, we'll put it this way, a good, based on these stakes, a good profit would be around 20p. And as this time ticks down, there's more risk. As it gets nearer to zero, me entering a new position is more risky because I have a tendency to give that profit back in that less than 5 minute period. Also, let me just have a look at when the next race is. So 13:55. This does feel like it's pierced through these previous highs. It's come back and it's finding support to potentially go on another extension. Got to make an executive decision. Reluctantly, I'm gonna let it pass, and I'm gonna green up and move on to the next one. do feel there was more potential in that, but I'm just playing a bit of a defensive game at the moment, as I keep on saying. So it's all about having a decent strike rate, maintaining rules in terms of not staying in until the market goes in play, and also keeping my stakes low for now, at least. Although, yeah, stakes, I think in the coming days I'm going to increase. Undecided as to how much, but probably around I think about £10 £10 stakes will make sense. But let's not jump the gun. Let's focus on the task at hand. So next one here, we have got 16 minutes off, 17 grand matched. Isn't great. Favorite here with another chart that has, because it's moved so much through the odds, the chart becomes unreadable for me. The only hack I have around this currently is really just to bring up the probability chart. So that's by clicking on the this button here, and then there's the option to see probability, and it's a case of imagining what the probability chart is doing in reverse. So I'm reversing that in my mind. So by doing that, I can see the price is coming into support at the moment, and the probability chart is going into resistance. So it's coming into support, but I can't tell that from what's going on here. And as you might tell, using charts is really one of my my preferred method of making trading decisions. So I've got the problem is I know that using the secondary tool that this is coming to support and this is at resistance. So those are in fact playing off of each other, which is awesome, because as this one hits support, this one hits resistance, and they move in opposite directions, but I can't see the nuances of those moves on this chart. So reluctantly, I think that's going to be one I'm going to pass on. Shizer. But that's the way it goes. Rather keep hold of my money than make some stupid trading decision and lose it. So this one here, oh god, 20 minutes off, 17 grand matched. Another, far way off, and I mean, yeah, that can pick up. But let's see what we can see in the charts. Because we're still quite a way off. There's a good likelihood there'll be some more volume matched, and make it more viable. This book has got quite a bit of vig in it. Could be tighter. I'd like to see that nearer to 100. So 101, under 102 at least. But yeah, see what we can read. So the favourite here, or barely favourite, they're very similarly priced odds. This has been quite flat, bouncing around its highs of resistance here and its lows around here. I guess that's what, sixes. So it's been bouncing between sixes and just over sevens. Second favourite here has drifted, although it's had quite a deep pullback. That could be signs of it, just a retrace in terms of it moving higher, or it could be potentially lower lows and lower highs. And the third favourite here is just steamed in. So, yeah. I mean, if that was a Forex market, if that was anything else, I'd be looking at that, if anyone interested in. Because my background's in financial markets, so I do know that's why this translates reasonably easy for me. But I mean, that pullback there, if you look at Fibonacci levels, that would be about 38.2 retrace. If I had a Fibonacci retrace on that, but more importantly, it's come into interaction with the previous lows here. Just seen that. Is that broken? No. So yeah, I'm just gonna get a bit more of a heartbeat for this, just to see how I can structure a trade, structure a position. Just seen that jump down, move into support there. The chart's saying it's sixes. Let me just have a... No, it's just above sixes. It's about 6.2. What can we see? What can we see? Sevens. So 19 minutes to the off still. And this as well, this is important why, you don't let any loss that you take kind of affect how you trade. You can see I took a loss that seemingly was quite out of kilter to, what other gains that I'd made, but I've got quite a high strike rate. So it was what, 65p that was lost on that, and that's no reason to get mad at the market and start, over trading or try and make that back, because the market's always right. You can't argue with the market. It's gonna just take your money from you. So here, I've just, there's nothing really changed in terms of the trades that I'm taking. I'm not up in the stakes or anything. I'm not chasing that money. Just looking for as much quality as I can to trade off. So this one here looks like it could be finding. Still not convinced that's consolidated fully here, but you can see that retrace that I was talking about, that 38.2 fib retrace, if you want, is just consolidating there for a bit now. But that could still be the precursor for it actually breaking those lows at 7, or I guess it's 7.2, to punch to make new lows. So potentially that's one to short, but at the same time there's still context to be long on that. It all depends on where the entry is. If I were to get in at, say, 7.2, regardless of what happens, there's still a good chance I can get out. If it breaks lower, then it's still likely to pull into 7.2 before moving lower again. If it's support, then of course I'm on the right side of it and can make profits that way. Well, that's why I think it's important to time your entry to get value for money. So 16 minutes the off, 20 grand matched. Oh god, just looking at the next one after this, the volume isn't much better. That's it. Oof. Well, that is further out though. Well, let's see what we can do with this. Yeah, there hasn't been great quality races today, in my opinion. So, c'est la vie. At least I feel at least I'm not making too silly decisions in terms of the entries I take. Oh, okay, that's broken, but I couldn't see it because of the chart delay. So that's broken sevens. Alright. I'm going to try and establish a position at sevens in the anticipation that this is now broken through and is finding resistance off of sevens. I mean, it's 15 minutes off, so there isn't great amounts of money coming through on this, so it is a bit risky, but I'm aware of that, and this isn't really an approach that would likely scale to bigger stakes, but I'm aware of that. I think as long as you're aware of what risks you're taking and you're content that the your success or failure is based on you take responsibility for that, whether it's success or failure, you're probably in a good place. So I've got part of a position entered here. £4 net stake, and I'm just put my exit orders in there. Um, 14 minutes to the off. Market feels very stagnant, although there's some movement now coming. So I've got to see this now. These lows that it broke through hold as resistance. I mean, there isn't much else in the other prices telling me that that could be the case. I'd need to see, like, this drifting dramatically could help. Okay, I'm on a touch there, so getting some of that order filled. Let's drop down again. There's a slight drift on this, which is a bit hard to see, but it's, yeah, that would be helping this, I'd have thought. Drift on this one. Okay, got filled. Again, probably wouldn't have happened with bigger stakes, but made some money on that. 12 minutes to the off. Do I want to trade more in this? Probably not. I mean, that's you know, decently within my my average. Just trying to see if I can steal another penny out of the a 1p out of the green. Let's put it there. So the only thing I'm waiting for is just for this to green up, so it's to split this profit across all of the outcomes. Just trying to get a slightly better price than than I would by using this one up here, which I got. Okay, so 30 to 28p profit, or other way around, 28 to 30p profit. Let's have a look what we got next. Oh, another, it hasn't picked up much. 15 grand. 20 minutes off. 103, 104 basically VIG. Not ideal. Not ideal. And the next one after that looks better quality, but it's about 40 minutes away. Let me see. 30 minutes away. So this is a type, you can see, look, so compare that 20 grand with whatever it was, 15 minutes to go, and this is 40 grand, 44 grand match with over half an hour. So this is clearly a much better quality trade, quality race. Just having a look through the other ones for the rest of the day. Because it might be a case where I just cut off early, because it is, you know, it's really a case of knowing when to hold them, knowing when to fold them. So just looking off screen, bear with me for a moment. Knew when to fold 'em, knew when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. So got 30 on that one, nothing on that one. Alright, let's see what we can see with this one. Way off till the start, but I can see some possibilities in this. Let's just concentrate and see what we can see. So got a favourite here at 4s, hitting resistance, going into that resistance at 4s, so these previous highs, and this here. So you could see his fall away, or also a break of this might be of interest. Certainly there's a little bit of leeway until it potentially hits this previous highs around here, so breaking higher could be one to be long on. Second favourite here also at 4s. Slight tendency for lower lows, lower highs, so slight tendency to steam on this. Whereas this, you know, potentially if that breaks 4s, so I'd be looking to potentially short this. I really wish these charts didn't lag as much. Let's have a look. See if I can get a read off of that. So at the moment I'm inclined to potentially go long on this, although there isn't as much clarity as to what the upside would be on that. Short this, at least to this support here at 4s. Let's just... There's a reasonable amount of movement on this, for, you know, with it being 25 minutes out. Surprising. What's matched? 47 grand matched. Let's not be too eager, just have a look at what the market's telling me, really. It's going to resistance. That's also going to resistance. These two are correlated. See, these two here are just basically the same chart, just at different prices. Erratic move there, pulls in, consolidates, pulls back, come in, and then, you know, it's not as pronounced, but it's effectively the same thing on this one. See, the leaders here, they're both going into resistance, and I want to see some divergence, so one start to do the other, one start to move one way, then the other. So this one here breaking, I mean, if this does find support at, what is this, 4s, and starts to move lower, that could correlate to a break here of 4.5, so potentially being long at 4.5. I'm not going to preempt that though. I want to see it happen first and it pull back. Yeah. So sorry, it's just a train of thought, really. Just vocalizing my train of thought rather than complete sentences. But that's what I'm considering, at least for now, is a break of this. So I want to see this break 4.5, and also this move down sharply. It depends what happens first, or if anything happens. I mean, a short of this is the same premise of going long on this, but I'm just looking for erratic moves, really. On either of these. Approaching 7s. Break of 7s might be of interest. Again, just need to see some sort of a sharp movement, some money come in basically that's going to push or pull one of their selections. So at the moment I'm looking, I'm looking for a break up on this, a sharp movement down on this, or a sharp movement down on this. But the sharp movement down on this would be preceded by something happening on one of these. So sorry, yeah, so a lot of things that I'm just looking for, but I'm waiting for one of those conditions to be met, really. But that's important, you know, like to understand what you want to see first before, you know, going into a position. It just means you've got structure to your entry and then hopefully your exit as well. But I'm not seeing what I want to see just yet. These two look like they could be diverging a bit more. First and second. This has started to potentially roll over. It's punching a bit lower. Minutes. I'm just tempted to put in a lay here, just because how strong this resistance has been here, and there is a bias to some bullishness on this. It could just, you know, continue to stay at this resistance, but even if it does that, getting it now would mean I could at least scalp some of that. There is enough time as well, because, you know, in that lead up in this 20 minutes, the market's still going to be relatively static. That's a reasonably good price. Here's what we'll do. I'm seeing signs of this move down, which gives me some inclination that this could push higher into that resistance, or at the very least meet that resistance. So it's a bit speculative, very far from the off. I'm going to try and get filled here and then steal a tick and leave this one in as well, in case the price moves down. So that has, you can see this here, that's broken support. Right, so that's moving lower. So this has a likelihood of seeing this move higher and breaking 4.5. If I'm right about that correlation between these two. Should I just go for one tick on that? You know what? Oh, no. Keep doing that. Muppet. Wait, what? Oh, I've totally fucked that up. Know your tools, mate. Know your tools. I was trying to split the partial exit, and I lost position on my my new entry that I was looking. Yeah, always know how your tools work and pay attention to them. So yeah, rather than 4 on that, I wanted 2 on that and 2 on that. So I've got something on the touch now to partially exit. Oh, this is shifting here. That could be beneficial to my position. Still hasn't broken those highs, so it's still just meeting that resistance. 18 minutes to go. This is definitely rolled over and punching, at least maybe to meet these lows here. But as of yet, it hasn't really correlated to anything, you know, persistently drifting. I mean, this move here is definitely, you know, has some bullish intent, but it hasn't bust these previous highs yet. But it could be lining up to. And if that's the case, really, I am underselling it in this position, because I'm just saying it's going to hit, a little tick higher than resistance, when in actual fact, could push towards fives. So could be more aggressive in my exit. But for now, just hold tight. Certainly if this gets matched, then it makes going just for resistance based exits more viable, because the profit's worth it. But just have to wait and see what the market gives me, really, rather than trying to project onto it what I want. Yeah, it's approaching these lows. What's that? 3.5. 16 minutes, 58 grand matched. Exceedingly tight book. Going to move this down. Reduce my profit expectations, just because I still feel it's going to break. But I'm just listening to what the market's saying. It's saying that this price here, 4.5, has acted as resistance for a long period of time. It's not busted higher. It's not moved lower. So at least while there's the premise of this is still acting as resistance, I'm going to try and get out. Albeit a small profit, it's still a profit. Excuse me. God, it's taking a while, isn't it? God. If that breaks 3.5, still a way off, isn't it? Oh, it is moving down. There's got to be something else here that's been drifting. Maybe it's not on screen. Still 106 in this queue. So £106 needs to be matched before I'm able to get this one out. 14 minutes see off. Now this is coming to support, and it's low 3.5. So certainly a break of 3.5 has a very good likelihood of this, moving higher, or at least getting matched. Oh, it's moved down into the touch now. I need to be careful, because if that is support, that's going to see this potentially move down. It's a bit of a tricky one, because getting matched here as well will give me kind of more scope to it's punching through, more scope to exit at profit, just at a tick above. So it's just concentrating what's going on here. Yeah, that's breaking through, isn't it? What we got? 12 minutes. More money being matched on this. I'm partial just to get out on this and start shorting this. God, it's just taking ages. 91 estimated £91 to be matched before I am. 158 in the queue. Let's just stick at it. Gonna stick at that. If anything, it looks like this has been the one that's been drifting, that's been affected by this coming in. This has started to drift, as is this. There we go, it's finally done, and it's probably going to shoot off now as well, to like 5s or something. But hey ho, I'm already out of that. There's always the opportunity to get back in. And like I said, I do feel I left money on the table with that one, but it's because I was in this one was on. It was like 30 minutes from the off, so you can see now it's got nearer to the off. There's been that kind of fuel injection of money causing it to move. So just looking to get short on this. Just because I feel there's some scope. There's still enough time. And got this drifting. This is still come in. Feel that it could find. I didn't get filled. Could find at least support, but you know, equally punch lower for lower lows. Only got £2 skin in the game on this one. Alright, got filled. And it's going off. So it's right on the position, right on the direction on this one, but didn't get as much skin in the game as I wanted. But I mean, all in all, made some on this, 20p green, 10 minutes see off. Could be worse. Could be better, could be worse. But yeah, didn't make a loss. That's the most important thing. So far today, let me just see what we have left to settle. So just looking off screen at the moment. 18p on that. So started off with a break even, then 33p profit, 16p profit, 65p loss, 17p profit, 30p profit, and then to settle about another 20p makes it about 50p, 51p profit on the day. I'm just going to see what the next one is like. So 17 minutes see off. I'd say slight buy. I mean, this has been quite consolidatory. Is that a word? Consolidating, hitting resistance here, going into its highs. So this second favourite has definitely been steaming in, found support. Looks like it's just punched through its support, which is, I'm guessing, threes. So cursory glance, I would say this would be the one to short. This as well looks like it's been moving out. 17 minutes, alright. Just get a read on that number. I'm looking to short this, but just punching through threes. I'm tempted just to go at market on this. I'm going to see if I can get a fill. Got a decent Q position. Just don't want to overpay for it, really. It's kind of edging lower. Unbelievable. And this is a gentle drift, so I'm playing these two off of each other. Do I want to do threes? This is drifting as well. Alright, I'm going to do something at market as well. So I've got filled on that. Partially filled on this one. Because I'm right at the front of the queue, but it's only part of it that's been filled. So I'll put a closing position there. Fully filled on that now. It's got £6 net stake. 15 minutes to the off. It's a bit heavy, isn't it? That is a bit heavy. So we've got £10 net stake in total. Maybe a bit too heavy given what the market was doing, because it's consolidated and it's starting to show signs of potential reversal. And I've added to that position. So it's quite a heavy position. I've seen this out the corner of my eye potentially move in. I'll maintain at least for now because it is still at support. So see what we can get out of it. Can't be tone deaf to what it's doing. So I've been able to lighten that, steal a tick and lighten the position slightly. But can't be tone deaf to what's going on in front of me. And it's basically telling me that the price doesn't have as much probability, at least in terms of what the price action is saying, of moving much lower. So I'm trying to take conservative defensive exits near to this, what I'm deeming as support and potential resistance as well. 12 minutes to the off on the touch. About halfway through this queue. 52 quid needs to be matched. Okay, that got matched. On the touch with my other order, just this last £2 stake to be filled. Can at this point just take it into profit at 3p, but I'll hold out to see if I can at least get some green on this. But it's that balance between greed and fear of missing, fear of, well, that's gone through, that's okay. So just green on that. 12 minutes left. Yeah, you know what, that's it's not been the highest quality trading today, but happy with the decisions that I've made. So let me just weigh up what to do. So, oh, that's actually more profit than I thought. Okay. So it's 20 on that, 6 on that. So that's about 87. All right. Yeah. Okay. I think the races end earlier today as well, because this there's not as many races on. Ends at 3:40. I was going to say I might stop now and come back later, but that's going to be unlikely. But okay. So far today, had a break even, profit 32p, loss of, sorry, start again. Break even, profit 33, profit 16p, loss of 65p, profit of 17, profit of 30, profit of 30, and basically waiting for two more to settle, one at around about 20p and the other around about what was this one, 8 to 6, so let's call it 6p. So that's about 88p profit overall on the day. Yeah, I'm happy with that, because you know the quality of the races weren't there. I was quite discerning in terms of the ones that I decided not to trade, because it didn't meet all of the criteria that I was after. Took on a loss, didn't make any silly moves after that, just to try and chase those losses, and ended up in green overall on the day as well, in profit. So happy with that. I'll call that a day for today, but I'll be back tomorrow. Again, if you're on YouTube, feel free to like the video and subscribe. Looking to be here every day. Again, apologies for not being here yesterday, but something came up. But yeah, that's the idea. Be here every day, and hopefully look to up these stakes in the near future as well to bigger amounts. Thanks for watching, and see you soon. Bye.